Hello everyone, and welcome back to JK&JM BUZZ. Have you ever experienced a moment so quiet, yet so deeply touching, filled with an honesty that was never spoken out loud? Episodes 7 to 8 of Is This Right? Season 2 on Disney Plus arrived not with explosions or dramatic twists, but like a slow, steady heartbeat, gentle, warm, spreading through your chest, lingering there and refusing to fade. There are no dramatic lines, no scenes that force emotion upon the viewer. And precisely because of that, every glance, every smile, and every small habit shared between Jimin and Jungkook speaks louder than words ever could. In today's video, we dive into their most intimate and honest moments, from sharing the spa space, to lingering eye contact, to subtle gestures that make fans' hearts race without warning. These episodes are not merely the season finale. Guided by a bold and unfiltered directorial approach, the final 2 chapters feel like an emotional confession that was never voiced, yet far too genuine to ignore. When Jimin and Jungkook fall silent, the camera speaks. And when the camera is allowed to be honest, without excessive cuts or forced direction, fans understand something instinctively. Whatever exists between them has never truly changed. Once again, in these 2 episodes, Jimin and Jungkook do what unsettles hearts the most, sharing space, time, and silence in a way that feels far too intimate to be coincidence. Glances that last a second too long, distances that nearly disappear, open and unguarded body language, and moments that feel far too real to be dismissed as mere fan service. Across the fandom, the same question echoes: is this just a variety show, or are we witnessing something far more personal? One of the most iconic scenes unfolds when they enter the same room to change for the spa. There is no awkward pause, no exaggerated reaction, no need for explanation. To some viewers, it may appear bold or unusual, but for Jimin and Jungkook, it feels entirely natural, almost unconscious, like sharing space, even in the most private situations, has long been part of their everyday rhythm. The deepest honesty often appears in the most ordinary moments. No performances, no roles to play. What remains is habit, comfort, and a sense of safety, something that only forms when 2 people truly know each other to the core. One small moment, often overlooked, carries unexpected weight. When Jungkook points at Jimin and says, "The handsome guy with glasses." Simple, spontaneous, unfiltered, as if, in Jungkook's eyes, Jimin is always handsome, grounding, and special, not because of the setting, not because of the show's concept, but simply because that is who Jimin is in his life. Another quiet yet striking line follows. "It's only fun if Hyung asks." Jungkook doesn't say, "if someone asks," or even, "if you ask." He says Hyung, with a soft tone, bright eyes, and an expression that reveals how much he truly enjoys being in front of Jimin. There is a calm emotional reliance here, not fragility, but trust. During the word-guessing game, Jungkook seems different, lighter, more open, as if the weight of the world lifts for a moment. He laughs freely, laughter that comes from deep within, and his gaze keeps returning to Jimin, like a compass instinctively pointing home. That day feels joyful not because of the game, but because Jimin is there. Another moment feels almost unreal. Jungkook fully submerges himself underwater, only to slip his head between Jimin's thighs before lifting it back up. There is no hesitation, no checking of surroundings. The movement is confident, grounded in the certainty that Jimin will allow it, that their bodies are already familiar with this kind of closeness. This is not merely a physical act, but another language of intimacy, one spoken only when 2 people feel completely safe with each other. The beauty of Jimin and Jungkook lies in the small habits that are too honest to hide. Jungkook laughing more freely around Jimin, constantly seeking his gaze, touches that happen naturally, without planning. This is not a story of forced romance. It is a story of 2 people so comfortable with each other that love no longer needs to be proven. It already exists, alive and breathing in every shared moment. The final 2 episodes of Are You Sure? Feel like a deliberate pause. Every scene moves more slowly, carries more weight, as if time itself is being held back, so we can notice what usually slips by. The season finale doesn't arrive with grand drama or spectacle, but through a collection of quiet moments that reach much deeper. Jimin's Instagram post becomes an emotional extension of that ending. At first glance, it seems simple, yet impossible to ignore. One photo in particular leaves many fans breathless. Jimin standing beside Jungkook. Jimin's blonde hair contrasts softly with Jungkook's dark hair. The distance between them is so small that warmth seems to pass through the screen. No exaggerated poses, no dramatic gestures, just quiet togetherness, and precisely because of its simplicity, it feels profoundly honest. The photo was taken with an iPhone identical to Jungkook's. That small detail speaks volumes about shared space, shared belongings, and shared time without the need for explanation. Even from a single image, the implied affection and natural chemistry are undeniable, whispering, not shouting, about a bond that extends beyond ordinary friendship. Everything begins with gentleness. Jimin tells Jungkook he can lie down fully, while Jungkook's first instinct is to think about Jimin's comfort. That small consideration turns into soft teasing. Jimin records Jungkook while he sleeps, and when Jimin later drifts off, Jungkook unconsciously moves closer, closing the distance in silence, finding warmth without ever opening his eyes. The romance here lives in instinct, in safety, in subconscious choices to always gravitate back to Jimin. Small moments continue to surface. Jimin calling his father, with Jungkook warmly following along, subtly showing that he has become part of that family circle. Their relationship expands naturally, rooted in trust that grows slowly, steadily, and sincerely. As the final words are spoken at the end of the show, it becomes clear that part of them isn't ready to leave. Jungkook seems to feel it most. Jimin, in his own way, softens the heaviness with laughter. Still, they remain close, fingers brushing, hands searching, like waking from a beautiful dream they are not yet ready to end. The final image closes everything. Jungkook holding Jimin as he sleeps. Calm, warm, safe. The last 2 episodes of Are You Sure? Are more than a season finale. Every moment, from soft laughter and fleeting touches to the final embrace, delivers one undeniable truth. The closeness between Jimin and Jungkook is no accident. It is built on trust, comfort, and genuine affection. They remind us that love does not always need to be spoken. Sometimes, it simply needs to exist, in presence, in silence, and in shared moments that breathe meaning into every second. If you felt the same emotions while watching these moments, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. And stay tuned for more unforgettable moments here on JK&JM BUZZ, where their quiet magic never truly fades.